Fam, what up? I don't know who this is for, but Spirit wanted me to let you know. Don't miss your blessing by looking for it. I'm gonna say it one more time. Do not miss your blessing by looking for it. A lot of you, a lot of us, me, we're out here and we're searching, we're fighting, we're looking to gain some sort of prize, some sort of award, some sort of reward, right? We want to be acknowledged for our efforts. We want the prize of our work, right? We want to win whatever there is to be won at the end of the road that we're traveling. But the way we're going is not the way that we achieve it. We do not gain these prizes. We do not win whatever there is to be won by solely focusing on the end in that way. Like, yeah, have it set in our sights. However, here's where the focus needs to come in. I remember hearing a story from Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba. And he said that, winning the championships were great, right? It felt good to win. However, it wasn't about that, right? He said it was about waking up 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to make it in the gym. He said it's about being the first one in and the last one out. He said it's about those days in the training room, running, sweating, lifting, watching film, right? Kobe said the process is the goal. It's not the championship. It's not the win of the game that's the goal. He said the process is the goal. And I remember hearing that and just thinking that, if we actually lived our life in that way, right? If we actually lived for the process, how much more effective would we be? How much better and skilled and masterful would we be? Because here's what focusing on the championships do, right? Here's what it does when we're solely focused on winning. We'll show up, we'll do work for 5 minutes. When we don't win, we want to quit, right? When it doesn't pan out our way, we get upset. We'll show up, it'll go easy, it'll be smooth, then it'll get really difficult, we'll get bored, we throw our hands up. We want to walk away, we want to lay it down, we want to say this doesn't work or that doesn't work. We went to a half a seminar and all of a sudden we think that, we're the GOATs. But it's not the law. That's not how things go. In any endeavor, in any field, you're rewarded for and by the work that you put in. Because it's in the doing of that work that your understanding increases. Like, yeah, you might show up, you might have some natural gifts. You might have some innate abilities that allow you to excel. But your natural abilities will always be beat out by somebody else who has natural abilities, and they've been working at it for the last 10, 15 years. They've been working at it for 5 years. They've been working at it for 12 more months than you have. They will beat you every single day. And I've seen this in multiple areas of my own life, right? From jujitsu to studying day trading in the market, right? You don't show up to the market after looking at the chart or watching a couple YouTube videos and automatically think that you're going to make bank. That's not how it goes. No matter how much you think you understand your model, no matter how much you think you understand certain market structure and different things like that, you're going to get out there in a live market and the market is going to run you ragged. It's going to straight run your pockets. It's going to leave you broke. Well, it's not going to leave you broke. You're going to give your money away. Yes, you may be talented. You may have an eye for certain things. It may come easy to you. And unless you put the time in, you're going to be out there trying to hit home runs and you're going to lose most of the time. Right? Because even if you're flipping a coin, you can get lucky in the market. I've been there. But what I'm saying is this. when we have our focus on only the blessings of life, on the highlights, on making it to the end, we miss out on the actual substance of what life is about. Yes, those highlight moments are great, and the journey there, the process there, the ups and downs along the way, that's where most of our memories are created. Because think about it, right? If a team in any sport wins a championship, how long do they celebrate? The night they win, maybe for the next week, and then what? Right? They might rest for another few weeks, but then it's right back to the gym. It's right back to training camp. It's right back to the weight room. It's right back to film, right? If they're about it. I mean, some people, they do kind of kick back and they'll celebrate for 6 months. But the fact of the matter is, if you're going to excel, if you're going to accelerate, then we have to shift our focus. Yes, we keep the end in mind, but we bring all of our attention and energy to the now with that championship energy. And here's what I mean. Champions do what's necessary in order to win. Plain and simple. And you can apply that to any field you're in. If you're in sales, the top salespeople do what it takes in order to make the most sales. They make the most calls. They're knocking on the most doors. They're setting the most appointments, right? And even if they're not setting the most appointments, right? Say they're not doing the most. I bet because of how long they've been in the game that they probably have a system that allows them to economize and become more efficient when they're out in the field. Or they've developed some way so that they don't need to spend as much time actually on the actual work, but they still produce massive results. But again, even that came by having time in. When we shift our focus to this, man, everything changes. We recognize that we don't have to hit home runs every single day. Like every time we step out into our particular field of endeavor, we don't have to be draining shots from half court, right? Every single moment is not fourth down in the fourth quarter, right? It's not fourth and a half an inch on the goal line. Like everything is not that serious. So when we can zoom out and recognize that, okay, the process is about my development. The process is about my growth. The process is about my work. It's about my work ethic. It's about how much I'm actually willing to put into this in order to make a legitimate withdrawal. Because we've seen greats in every arena, from sports to arts and entertainment to literature, whatever the case is. We see that those who do it at the highest of levels make it look super easy. The only reason they can do that is because they've been there for so long. And they've been there when nobody else was around. They were putting in the work when they didn't necessarily feel like it, when their bodies were hurt, when their minds were a little tired. We all have that space inside of us that we can go to in order to push ourselves just beyond what we feel like we can handle. One of the things I discovered in my athletic career was that my capacity was never my capacity. There was always another level, there was always another gear, there was always another step that I can take it up, that I can push it out just a little bit more. But as long as we're afraid to push our limits, as long as we're afraid to push our edge, we never find out what we're truly capable of, right? We cannot be afraid to fully expand in this world. You cannot get too big in God's universe, primarily because you're not going to get bigger than God. Also because you already are the universe, in a fun size package. So shift the focus, man. Stop looking for the results. Stop looking for the results for the work that you did not put in. Because it's a law of the universe. You cannot cheat this thing. You will only always be paid, if you will. You will only always receive according to the works that you do. Thank you, words. Even the Bible says that we will be judged according to the works that we do. The things that we have done. And this isn't some moral judgment that will determine your fate in eternal paradise or eternal damnation. No, this is now. Your words either justify or condemn you, right? The words you speak create the world around you, and your actions, right? You are rewarded for your actions now. Some people refer to this as karma, right? I understand karma is a much broader concept than just sort of just like retributive, like you did bad over here, so you're going to receive bad somewhere down the line, or you mistreated this person here, so somebody's going to mistreat your children. That might be part of it, but really at the ground level, all karma is cause and effect. And that's really what we're talking about. Ultimately, right? We're talking about cause, we're talking about effect. We want the effects without putting in the causes. That doesn't work in math, and it doesn't work in the universe. So shift your focus. Stop looking at your blessings. You're going to miss them every time, right? You're going to be out here looking to smack these home runs instead of just lining up and taking your pitch, right? Choosing your pitch. I haven't played baseball in a long time, but I know that when you wait on your pitch, right? It might be a double, you might get a base hit, you might hit the home run. But fact of the matter is you are in the game, and that's what matters. Let's elevate.